Hello, Scorpio. This is going to be your May reading. And as I've said in some of the other readings, I think May is going to be the last of some of the more frenzied energy for some. And I think June will really be a time of calm for some of you. Nope. Right, here we go. Guys, a lot of cards of travel coming up for everybody, but for Scorpios, I would expect some of that. Really beautiful readings coming up for everybody this month. I'm really so glad to see it. I think everybody had some really hard readings going through the winter and the spring. Scorpio, some previous worries letting up, and you did that by really looking at those situations, questioning them. You still may have some worries or concerns. Maybe you're still questioning them and not entirely sure. You still may feel like some of the situations are not moving along fast enough for your liking. But at some point in mid-May, and that seems to be the timeline in a lot of the readings for people, you get a bit of a break. Whether you do a bit of traveling, you go on vacation and you or someone comes to visit, or get a phone call, something comes in mid-May and just gives you a bit of relief. Maybe you just get a break from the arguing or from your own head, but your fortune with this situation starts to turn. You may even get some clarity on what this situation is, or if you have concerns about this person's intentions, you get some answers. Looks like you do some social media stalking. Maybe you're sending texts back and forth. What is this? What is this thing that I found? Going into June, you're trying to get some rest, and you do get it, and then, okay, please, I wanted to see something nice. Ups and downs, guys. I want to tell you the truth. Ups and downs. And then you get some really big bursts, some nice moments of clarity. But, you know, let's talk about May as well. So, back and forth, again, you know, if you are going out with this person and having drinks, it looks like those moments don't fare well. Or maybe when you go out and have a couple of drinks, that's when you start to think about this situation. So maybe you don't want to do that. This person is definitely not doing all they can do to help you figure it out. They're definitely not making it easy. So I just wouldn't rely on them to do that. You know, sometimes we have to make a decision. Sometimes we have to just make the decision. Here's the problem with certain people, guys. Sometimes we are saying to them, I went on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, not really Twitter. Does anybody use Twitter anymore? We're going on these things, or I went into your phone and I found A, B, and C. Guys, it wouldn't matter if you showed them video evidence where they were just doing the worst thing ever. They're never going to give you the answer you want. So it's up to you. It's up to you to just, you know, make this choice on your own and just say, listen, I've decided that I don't like what I'm seeing and I'm out of here. But you've got, you know, some stuff going, and you do have this beautiful moment in the middle of the month where, you know, you You get this moment of clarity. You do decide, I'm kind of over it. You know, the fighting ceases, or the negative feelings cease. And then you have this moment where everything is turning around. The problem is, at some point around the beginning of June, and I'm telling you this because sometimes my readings don't go up until the first week of June, you start to fall back in. So just keep that in mind with this reading. I think you start to go back and have some contact with this individual. So I would say, maybe not to do that. But you are starting to make the beginning of some changes about the nature of this relationship, how healthy it is, and if you really want to be there. And I think that is a nice change. You know, we have to make changes somewhere. Let's go in a little bit and dig a little deeper. I think you're starting to question the nature of this, again, whether it's a business situation, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a romantic partner. Because I see a lot of cards on the board about family. I think you're really wondering how much has this person taken from you, and is it very reciprocal? And I think you're finding that no, it is not. They're not really giving you as much as you have given them. And you may not really, I think you start to pull back some of what you give to them in an effort to test them and see how they react. Be careful though that this doesn't start to trigger any bad habits of yours or anything within you, because no one is worth that. Because this may be someone that, this may be either a person or a situation that you are addicted to in a way. This energy looks like something you may be addicted to. And they may know that, and they may know how to really push your buttons. So just be careful, Scorpio. They may really get a charge out of seeing you react. And it looks like some... And then maybe like ghosting you when, you know, you do that. And then you find them all the more alluring, like this cycle. Yeah, you know, nobody needs a ghost in their house. Like, what are you going to do? You know, like, people get those things exorcised. You know what I mean, Scorpio? What are you going to do? Like, oh... I mean, people, you know, bring in priests and stuff, so just remember that. You probably don't need that. But, oh, here we go. Scales showing up, they talk about justice and balance. I mean, I think you're really questioning that, how much balance is in the relationship right now, and I think you're feeling like not much. The handcuffs, you know, I think you're feeling you want to go, but you're trying to go, but every time you try to go, they kind of pull you back in. The grave talks about, you know, transformation and leaving things behind. The camel will talk about a long and difficult journey, and I think sometimes when we're thinking about getting out of something, it's not cut and dry. I mean, it just doesn't work like that. The Mask talks about sort of keeping your guard up, and I think sometimes when we are feeling something or when we're making up our mind about something, but we're not ready to tell our partners or family, we do still have this polite facade that we're putting up in front of them. The Teapot talks about speaking your mind freely, but I don't think you're there, you know. Do a few more for you, Scorpio. Oh, there we go. Oh. The Mermaid coming up for a lot of signs. The Mermaid is about something beautiful but illusory, so it's not really what you think it is. Something that looks good on the outside, but snatch you up and eat you. The Tornado is something really, you know, fast moving, and it can be about bitterness. So you may be thinking you put a lot of your time and soul into something and it just was not great. The situation will improve. Whichever way you go, I mean, even if you have to leave the situation, it will just be better for you. So this is a good move for you either way, Scorpio, whichever you think it will go. Improving health, that can be anything. That can be mental, that can be your stress, that can be, you know, lots of different things. So keep an eye on that. It's up to you. Every decision in the end is always yours to make. Don't let a tarot reading or anyone influence your life. This life is always yours. So just know that you have all the control there. Within the next few weeks, again, we talked about the middle of May and the end of May. And there was another card in here that where there was a definite push. I think it was the Five of Swords. Something is going to give you the information you need where you feel better about making the decision and you don't really feel so on the fence about it. So Scorpio, in the end, it's a good read because anytime we have the information we need about going forward, that's always a good read. So thank you so much for sitting with me. Please leave a like or a comment. Let me know how you guys are coming along with these issues in your life. I always really enjoy hearing how you guys are doing. So thank you for sitting with me. Take care.